All right. Hello, world, and welcome back. I'm dropping things. My name's Ryan, aka Crownson's Corner. This is the Healing Chefs podcast, and today's second guest is Dabbin Ricky. The crowd goes crazy. What's up? Sorry, I've been smoking on these a little bit too. I don't know. There's never too much. Hey, but thank you very much for coming down. I know it is a long drive. We really appreciate you.
Definitely.
We've been talking for a little bit, and we'll get into some stuff real quick if we could. Let's see here. Cannabis journey. That'll be the first segment. We'll play this little clip.
Definitely.
Ricky.
All right, you're back.
I'm Stone Zero. Sorry, Ricky wanted to wear a mask, and I said, "Cool." And when I was a bud, jeez, when I was a bud tender, I had a patient said he made masks. I'm like, well, I want a Sub-Zero one, but like with weed. So he made a Sub-Zero one and put a pot leaf on it. So it's Stone Zero. Anyway, I'm taking this off. It's way too hot. Yeah. That was fun. All right. I mean, we're around Halloween time. I have another mask. I'll wear it.
There you go.
But I mean, we're just trying to have some fun. But
of course,
cannabis journey is all about like how you found cannabis yourself and your personal journey with it.
Definitely.
So if you could.
Oh, you want me to run it?
Didn't you already run it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. I've been smoking, Doc. Marijuana affects the memory. Right. Yeah, that was money. All right, so again, your personal journey with cannabis.
So I was 15 and I was playing football in high school. And I tore my ACL. So, I had to go and get it repaired. And after the surgery and everything like that, like a week later, they sent me home and I'm just resting on the couch. And I noticed that I couldn't use the bathroom. Like I was just having nothing happening. Like,
oh no!
I wasn't having bowel movements or anything like that. And it was kind of like freaking me out.
Oh yeah.
They had me on Vicodins.
Oh, makes sense now.
So
constipated.
Yeah, made me constipated, and I was it got a little funky. So I went back into the doctor and said, hey, like there's a bunch of things going on, but I'm not liking the effects, and I'm not having a bowel movement or anything like that. Well, found out that I was allergic to opioids. So opioids basically swell up my kidneys.
Oh wow!
And pinch my colon. So even
worse.
Even worse.
Jeez.
So there was other things, but at the end, I grew up in California. I was born and raised in Northern California, the Bay Area. So the doctor was just like, I can't do much for you. Either take the pain pills and suffer this way, or don't take the pain pills and your knee's gonna hurt. All right. So then, consulted with another doctor, and that doctor was like, have you heard of medical marijuana? The state just approved it for, medicinal use and whatnot. And I can write you a prescription, or like I can write you a script, basically. So my dad, totally against it. He was like, no drugs in the house. You can't do drugs and blah, blah, blah. After the doctor convinced him, he kind of got on board, and, I got my medical marijuana card, and my dad was like my caregiver. He had to buy it for me because I was only 15.
For sure. Okay. Yeah. As a bud tender, I've dealt with that.
Yeah. So, we would once a week, and in the beginning, there weren't many places where there were cannabis dispensaries. It's either find a plug on the streets or, the very first dispensary was like 40 miles away.
For sure. Yeah.
So like once a week we would drive down to San Jose, California, and then, he would pick up, flower for me and then drive back home. And then he would like monitor me on it, make sure that I wasn't smoking too much and stuff like that. But I was like, that's when I got
you better not be having fun.
Right, exactly. Like, don't take it out of the house and stuff like that. Like he kept control of the stash.
Fair enough.
He was being paranoid. My parents came to America in the '60s, so
the propaganda of it all,
Reagan era, drugs are bad, stuff like that. So he was very paranoid about it. But then throughout the years, when I started getting into it, started learning more about it, I was educating him along the way. He's still like, oh, do you still smoke weed? Blah blah blah. But it's just that whole Reagan era in his mind, with the drugs and stuff like that.
For sure. Hard to break that.
Yeah.
Like even my parents, like they still don't really understand all the cannabis, but yeah.
Yeah. So I try to explain to him these situations and what the situation is. So he doesn't bother me much about it now. I mean, he doesn't like it still, but it is what it is. Like I need it to medicate, like for my pains, and then, as I got older, I learned more about it, and then, I wasn't playing football anymore, and somehow I wasn't hanging around with that crowd anymore. So I found my crowd, which were the potheads, pretty much.
That's interesting. What position did you play in football?
Linebacker.
Bro, we're pretty similar. So I did at Goldwater. I played defensive line. Right tackle or defensive tackle.
Yeah.
And that's where I started, where I found weed was through those friends and stuff, because there was a mix between the football and the weed.
Yeah.
And then eventually, same with me, I stopped playing football thanks to my dad. We'll get into that, but then I was like, all right, well, we're diving deep into this. So like weed, and because once I found weed, I've said it before, I was like, I'm doing this the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But nice, that's interesting that you went from football and then transitioned into those friends, and then.
Yeah, I mean, I there wasn't much I could do because like going to high school and. The late '90s, early 2000s, everybody had their crowd. Everybody. Yeah. I don't know how it is nowadays, but
yeah, I definitely don't know how it is. That's interesting.
But I mean, in my days, you had your jocks, you had the stoners, you had the book club or whatever, the drama club, and all that, and they all hung out in their own areas. And I didn't belong anywhere because at this point I wasn't playing football, so all the jocks weren't like really talking to me or associating with me and stuff like that anymore because I'm not on the team.
Right.
So, and I wasn't really into anything else. And I met the stoners, and I know how my dad was controlling how I was smoking the weed and then taking it and everything like that wasn't enough. I still wake up in the morning, my knee is hurting, at this like further down the road after therapy and everything like that. And I was walking again. Going back to school, it was just, these are the people I ran into, and then, they always had weed. So I hung out with them. So I was, right. In between classes or lunchtime, we'd go, find our places to go smoke and then go back high. And
did you guys have a place on like in your high school that you guys would smoke, or like a desert, like
we found places,
you just dip off?
Yeah, it was behind, behind the baseball dugout, and then security found us there. So, we had an off-campus policy, so we were allowed to leave campus during lunchtime.
Okay.
So we would just go between the neighborhoods. And
fair enough.
The funniest thing is the high school I went to, about 15 years later, I ended up buying the house on the other side of the street.
Oh,
that I used to smoke weed in front of.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it was for sale. It was a fixer upper. So
that's the universe winking at you.
Yeah. So I bought it, and then I was just like, karma, man. I was like, I was telling my wife, I was like, the homies and I used to be in that corner right there, and we used to get high because apparently, nobody was home during the day, so nobody called the cops or anything like that.
Right.
And, we'd smoke cigarettes or weed or whatever over there on that side, and then we would walk back because security wasn't allowed to leave campus.
Ours was, dog.
We had a school resource officer, SRO. He would drive around, but there were other places where the cops were looking for other kids. So like we had like a pretty solid spot where we used to go like hang out kind of during lunchtime.
Right.
So it was
Nice.
it was good, and I was just like, that's karma right there. Like, I buy in the house that I smoked weed in front of in high school.
Yeah, that's God going, hey, wink.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, if you didn't believe me, check this shit out.
Like here, here, there you go,
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah,
that's crazy. and gold wire, those are cough tremors. We'll thank the Army for the burn pits for that.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm already working on them getting that money.
There you go.
But in our high school at Goldwater, we had the wall,
and
that's where everybody met and smoked. But then once we graduated to like not doing the little like hits and stuff, like we really wanted to smoke, we just jump off campus. Yeah. And for the most part, we would have to like leave school because we started trying to just like go over different neighborhoods and stuff. But we had what I like to call super cop.
Yeah.
Officer Rodriguez. He would come off like a building, like the top of a building with that fucking golf cart and be like Dukes of Hazzard. Be like, nah, just kidding. But like he'd come out of nowhere and we'd be like, what in the where? Like we're over by the highway. Right. He's just fucking getting after us. We're like, man, we're just smoking weed.
We had our like we had 3 security officers. There's the main captain or whatever they call them, and then his 2 little underlings.
Nice.
And we call the dude Debo because he was always like acting like a hard ass. Like he would press you for no reason, things like that. Like, oh yeah,
it's Officer Rodriguez.
Yeah, he's a stoner. Like, yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on him and stuff like that.
I'm watching you.
Yeah, and he got me kicked out of school.
Damn.
For something I didn't even do.
Fuck that guy.
Right? Like I lost the rest of my education because of him, because even though I've always been a functioning stoner, so I can be high and still pay attention and still get good grades and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And once again, lunchtime, so we were on the other side of the street, doing our thing during lunchtime.
Yeah.
And we're coming back, it's 10 minutes before the bell rings, so we're walking back, and all of a sudden, we're walking past the front office, and Officer Debo, we called him all the time, right? So he comes out.
We all give our nicknames.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
You don't want to hear the other 2's nicknames.
Yeah.
It was a 90s thing, but I don't want to say it now type of situation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Kind of situation.
Call of Duty lobby kind of talk.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
So he was like, Ricky, get in the office right now. And I turn around and I'm like, I'm stoned, right? So I'm like, the fuck? Like, what do you want? He was like, you know what you fucking did to my car, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what car? I was like, man, fuck you. Gave him the bird and walked to class, right?
Yeah.
And it was computer class. So, right after lunch. So I'm sitting there, and the homie and I, we would always sit there and we were learning C++.
Okay.
So we would sit there and make programs designed for weed. Like if you had like a roll of raw, how much would you charge by the foot, or how much would you charge by the inch? And we would calculate stuff like that. And
that's pretty smart.
Yeah, make little apps like that. So, you'd enter in the computer, like, okay, this person's buying a foot of raw rolling paper. Like, this is how much he's going to charge. Or like, we'd break it down to like, how much would it be per,
See, this is what we need to do in schools. Like, let people just do shit. But
the teacher didn't care. I mean, we were, as long as we were making programs, we were getting A's in the class, So so then I'm sitting there, waiting for the bell to ring, and him and the SRO, school resource officer, walk in, and they're like, come on, principal's office now. So, the whole class is like, ooh, and I was like, fuck, I do. Like, tell me what I did,
Yeah.
Before, I was like, what you did is all he kept saying.
That's yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
no, I don't.
We get in the office, and my dad and my sister are sitting there in the principal's office.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So and like I said, my parents came to America in the 60s, so my dad doesn't have the best English and things like that. So he doesn't understand a lot of things. My sister, she's older, so she handled a lot of the family stuff and took care of, a lot of things. So they're sitting there and I was like, fuck. That's all I can say is like, fuck, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
So then principal sits me down and they were like, do you have anything to say? And I was like, first tell me what I did wrong. Like, why don't you tell me what I did wrong before I can even give you an answer, And he was like, you scratched up Mr. Moore's car and the truck or blah, blah, blah. And it's like parked right in the parking lot. And the parking lot is in between, it's like an L shape. So the administration office and then, classrooms. So if I was out there scratching his car up and I'm 6'8", you can see me.
Yeah.
And in high school, I was a little bit more chunkier. So I wasn't hard to miss,
Yeah.
So they were like, you scratched up Mr. Moore's car, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that's bullshit. I was on Coronado smoking cigarettes, during lunchtime with my homies. And, I dumped out my pockets. I was like, I don't even own keys right now. Like I don't need key. Like, how did I key up his car if I don't have keys? I don't have any kind of like weapons or anything on me.
Yeah.
So like, we have witnesses saying that they scratched your car. And I was like, who are these witnesses? Show me these witnesses, because if we had, I sort of, I wish we had like Ring cameras back in the day, because I was like, you can catch me on Coronado smoking cigarettes,
Yeah.
Some
bullshit.
Yeah. So then without anything, they expelled me.
Wow.
And my dad didn't know anything better. So he like signed the paper for my expulsion, and they didn't know what to do. So
wow, man.
Here I'm 17 and a half, and I'm at home just getting yelled at by my dad, and my sister explained everything to him and made him realize that it wasn't me. Like I didn't do it,
Yeah.
And plus I was reeking like cigarettes anyway. So, how can I key up in 30 minutes? How can I key up somebody's car and then run over to Coronado, and smoke cigarettes and then walk back without even huffing, like huffing away and trying to breathe for life kind of situation.
Yeah.
So then only other option was to get my GED. So, I went to this GED. It was an old high school that, did like adult school and then /
Right.
GED stuff. So I went there, and then somewhere in between there, it was just, I ended up finishing. There was a couple of things that happened in between. I ended up being homeless for a couple of years.
Damn.
But I still went to school every single day. Got my GED.
That's what's up.
Education is
way to go, you, man.
Thank you.
Because that shit ain't easy.
No, it's not easy. I mean, I know what schools are teaching are not, 100% accurate or true. There's
I have all sorts of opinions on that.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm not trying to say education is like the most, going to school, yes, is important to get your degree.
But to get it stolen from you.
Yeah, it was stolen from me.
I mean, there's no, like, you were enjoying what you were doing, making apps and all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
Like the only kid I know enjoying school. No, just kidding. And then they take it away from that damn kid.
Yeah.
Like man, like I don't know. I think a lot of the only profession that hasn't changed in years is the way we like school.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
for the most part, you throw a little technology in there, but you still basically set them up for a 9 to 5.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's all technology nowadays, because
No.
I mean, at least I give educators back in the day respect for at least trying to come up with a curriculum, trying to, they
within what they could work with.
Yeah, sure. Within what they could work with, they
try to get them to engage different children.
Exactly. They were more hands-on. They were more. I mean, you had your lazy teachers, and then you had your teachers that loved their job. They were there, doing something for you. Nowadays, it's after the pandemic, it's all on the tablet. My son,
that's got to be brutal.
Yeah, my oldest son, he's 12. I mean, we went to back to school night, and everything's on the tablet. The teacher just sits there, no curriculum, no nothing planned. The app does everything for them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even know.
And then we can go on and see his progress and everything like that. Like, we can see how he's doing and
his social credit score. Gee, many Christmas.
Yeah. It just tells him how he's doing in class, if he's failing or not. The app automatically has the answers. So the teacher literally doesn't have to do anything but do a progress report, and if they do.
Well, I mean, I
hands-on
shout out
activities.
to teachers for the. I mean, I appreciate that those that engage. I'm not talking bad about teachers. I'm talking about the system that they have to
Yeah.
work within.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not talking about
that's like
either.
that's like being mad at like the news anchor.
Oh, no, that
I mean,
that's-
for at a certain point in time, those are just the puppets. You can't like they're not,
Yeah.
I mean, they and there are some good journalists and stuff, and they try to make it through. But
yeah. I mean,
you're working within a system that
the weather person.
I'm a veteran. I don't really,
I know, but I say like the weather person can literally lie to your face and get away with it. And
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But then that's not in their control because the weather is all.
So can the police.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
They can.
But-
I pulled your stuff up and it reads this. No, it doesn't.
Right.
But if we lie about something, immediately we're gone.
we're screwed.
Yeah, whatever.
So like, I mean, I give respect to educators because I mean, there are teachers that are still doing stuff out there that do care for their job.
I appreciate all of that.
Yeah, and
so don't get me wrong. I love the teachers, but I'm just talking about
thing.
I don't appreciate the system that they're confined to.
But then there are a lot of teachers that are lazy that just won't do anything.
Yeah.
And I saw that firsthand.
Damn.
I saw his woodshop teacher, being, hands-on, of course, being hands-on with the creativity and everything like that.
That's kind of woodshop people though. Like I had a ceramics teacher who was an alcoholic and he just kind of let us, we were making bongs and shit. Like we were running the class.
There you go.
But like but I mean,
then,
there's going to be that in any position,
but then, like
any job. I guess.
Then his history teacher doesn't do anything.
Damn.
His history teacher is depending on the app. If the app stopped working that day, he's like screwed. He's SOL.
He's putting on a video.
Yeah, exactly. Movie day.
Movie day. And it's never a movie you want to watch.
Right? It's a boring movie you'll fall asleep watching.
And then you get in trouble for falling asleep. Because that was me, because I was high. I'm going to sleep, dog.
My teachers growing up, my high school, my teachers were either alcoholics or, potheads. I had a teacher that would buy weed off the kids. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure my science teacher was, for sure he smoked weed, but I think he was on that free base, that fucking,
the free base.
That rock. Because he'd be,
yeah.
Mr. Miller, we going to do anything today? You're going to bring a piece of paper or a pen or anything? I'm like, nope. I'm like, your class is too easy. I get an A anyway. Just teach on, bro.
I had a teacher. I had one of my teachers like that. He was an old dude, but he was a stoner. He was literally he knew the trappers in school. He would go to the kid and buy a dime bag and go to his car and smoke a little bowl right there in the car in the staff parking lot. Didn't care. Nobody said anything to him. Come out smelling like weed. Nobody cared.
Remember gorilla smoking? That was fun.
Oh yeah,
that was fun. You always trying to find a spot and everything. Shout out to those spots I met.
Right.
Like it's not even the same. Like now I just smoke and I'm like, well, I don't even think I'm pissing anybody off.
Yeah, it's too easy.
And I'm like, where can I go to piss someone off?
Yeah, like I have an old school mentality to smoking weed. Like, I'm always looking over my shoulder, looking for cops. Somebody that's gonna say something. Like nowadays, I see everybody just smoking weed in public, like in Flagstaff. People are smoking downtown, openly, and cops don't care.
I just told somebody recently when my sister and mom came out a couple of years ago and we went to Sedona. I just walk around the street smoking joints.
Yeah,
and
they don't care.
Well, I kind of hit off because there was a bunch of people, but like I went to at one point in time I went to the back of a restaurant. I'm like, everyone at the restaurant smokes weed. No one's gonna be like, oh, they're smoking. The servers and the kitchen staff are smoking weed over there.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. So I'm like, I'm a chef, so I'm like, I know where to. But then I would walk around and I stunk so bad.
You want to go in the freezer, the deep freezer?
Yeah, well, if I worked there, but I wasn't working, so I just stood behind. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But then I was walking the streets and I could just see all the people going, where's that coming from?
Yeah, they're looking for it. That's why.
I was like, it's me, fool.
Well, I mean, Flagstaff's a tourist trap. You got people from all over the place. And then they go to the dispensary, and then they're paranoid at first, but then they see somebody else, vaping or smoking a joint down the street, down San Francisco or whatever, where all the bars are.
And then it's like Vegas, like, woo!
Pretty much, yeah. Unless you
smoke it, Karen.
Unless you have unless you just have an anal cop, that really wants to bust your chops or something.
Well,
the cops don't even care.
Here's a little a nougat of info. When they if ever they pull you over or stop you or anything like that, and they ask you when the last time you smoked, be like, I don't know, like a couple weeks ago, like a month, I don't know. Well, your car smells like it. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it's just over time, but nope. 2 weeks to like a month ago, because I had one guy just kept asking the same question, and I'm like, I'm not gonna answer it any different. He's like, but your car smells like. I'm like, I've worked in the weed industry for a long time with this, and I also like take weed to like where I'm going sometimes.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, if I made cookies all the time, it would I not be able to tell the smell of cookies? I'm like, I guess if you're around it, I don't know. I'm not a detective. Yeah. I about said that, and he had told me in the beginning he was a detective. Mm-hmm. So my little fucking funny thing, I'm like, I'm not a detective. I don't know. But yeah,
you get nose blind to it.
Yeah, you do. Like,
I grow, and
it's for sure you do that.
Yeah, it's at my place, so like I'm used to the smell. But the minute I leave for like an hour or 30 minutes even, and I come back and I can smell it, and I was like, shit, it smells. Like, damn, like it smells. Like I remember one time the wife and I came back. We went down to
shout out to the wife.
Thank you. We went down to Payson. Or no, was it Payson? Yeah, somewhere Payson or something like that. And then we came back in the evening, and there's like a little corridor where my place is. So we were walking up, and we weren't even halfway towards where my place is. And I turn around and tell the wife, I'm like, do you smell that? And she was like, yeah.
Yeah.
She was just like, yeah, like it's bad. It was reeking so bad. And that was like right at the end of my harvest. So I was like gearing up, but like my neighbors don't care.
Okay.
My neighbors are just like, whatever. As long, I'm respectful, so I'm not chiefing on my patio and making the whole area smell, and stuff like that.
Oh, man,
so
that's
I wish, I wouldn't mind, but I just don't like pissing people off.
No, yeah, absolutely not.
I already have,
we're all in this together. Let's not make it harder on us.
Yeah, so my neighbors don't, and I even talk to my neighbors. I was like, hey, do you mind the smell? If you do, then I can figure something out, but if you don't mind the smell, then I'll just let it be, so none of my neighbors cared about the smell, and nobody else cared, shit, I got maintenance under my wing too, so like they know what's up,
That's what's up. Hey, shout out to you, because like not all the time are all of us that end up in the cannabis something that respectful. So that's the way to be, guys.
Like, I just try to be respectful everywhere I go, because you kill people with respect and kindness, and they can't say anything.
Yeah.
You be respectful to a person. You show them respect first. Get respect back. If they don't give you respect, then fuck them. But
yeah,
if you're gonna show respect, that's that's a better way to get things done. Especially,
and I think you want to treat people not just the way that you think that they want to be treated or the way you would be treated, but treat them better than. I always told like when I was a chef and had my staff and stuff, I'd be like, treat everybody like you would want to be treated, as if you were having a bad day. Mm-hmm. Okay. Exactly. So if you're having a bad day, don't you just want people to have like kid glove, like be nicer and all that kid gloves when taking like calm and everything, and be nice to you? Like, so do that.
Yeah.
So, sometimes I got to practice what I preach too, but yeah,
that's
why we're the healing chefs, not the healed chefs.
There you go. I just see the fact that the way I see it is treat people, like the way they want to be treated. And there are some people that want to be treated like shit, but it's that's on them.
They got people for that. You can call them and they'll come over.
Exactly. But
I've stomp on you or something.
In the past, I've worked customer service, so I understand, and I've been in both sides, customer and customer service. So, I understand, but yelling at that person in front of you is not going to do anything, or treating that person or that customer like they don't exist.
The fool is the one who doesn't realize the world is a mirror. Mm-hmm. Because all you're doing is yelling at yourself. All you have to do, which I've been doing a lot lately, here's another coping mechanism, is when you're mad, take that situation and try to like rewind a little bit in your life and see if you haven't just been doing the same damn thing that person's doing, and be like, oh, like, okay, you didn't want that person behind you to be screaming at you, so why are you screaming at that person? You're doing the same thing to yourself. So
yeah. Or it's like, or being angry at the customer service person, for example. Just like, they're just doing their job. They can do the best they can, but they don't own the company. They don't control what can be done, so yelling at them over the phone or in person doesn't matter.
Smoke weed about it.
Yeah, exactly. Smoke some weed, take a deep breath and talk to them a different aspect.
That's the biggest part about, people don't even understand, like, that breathing is actually calming you down. Now, when people tell you to go smoke weed, guess what you're fucking doing? You're slowing down your damn breath, and you're check that shit out for one time.
Like, if you're just nice to the person from the get-go, they might do something for you. If you come at them yelling and angry and act like an entitled piece of shit, you're not going to get anything. There's going to be like,
only
next.
Low vibration responds to low vibration.
Yeah, exactly. If you're just nice to the person, be like, hey, this is the situation, they'll actually go back and talk to the manager and be like, hey, dude's chill, like, can we help him out? Because I've done it to customers before.
Yeah, it works this way too. A low vibration can bring a high vibration person down, and a high vibration person can bring a low vibration person up. So just choose what you're going to do that day. We'll real quick jump into our second segment. I know words. It's Trip Tales. All right, so Trip Tales, if anybody's just joining us, is all about psychedelic experiences, good, bad, or other. But do you have any of it yourself?
I mean,
or
not,
or more like, maybe, because even like edibles at times are riding the rails.
I mean, edibles is, I have a story for edibles. As far as like, I do mushrooms nowadays. It's just low dose, just because I'm older and I don't need that trip anymore.
I understand that.
I do it to help me sleep. I take about a gram
to sleep.
Yeah, I take a gram. Mainly, I do edible mushrooms nowadays instead of the actual like mushrooms. But I'll have like some chocolates or gummies night before, or at the night before sleep, and then I have some of the most amazing sleep when I
really.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been able to sleep. I think anytime I take it, I'm just like, well, I guess you're going way lower.
Yeah, like not even a gram. Like,
I'm an
gram.
Well, even a gram would make me trip. I don't know. It kind of speeds me up.
Yeah, it makes me sleepy. Mushrooms make me sleepy.
Dope. I'm glad. Yeah.
I mean, the one time that I did do a good dose, it was Vegas, bachelor party.
Okay.
We were high, and
not everything stays in Vegas.
Yeah. I mean, if it's funny, right?
No,
you gotta carry the story on.
Oh my God, so much doesn't stay in Vegas.
That's
not. That shouldn't be a. I mean,
they don't even use that.
Diseases also come back.
Yeah.
Like, not everything. Anyway.
Yeah, the homie was like, I was like 19.
Okay.
And I've always looked older, so I was in Vegas playing blackjack, drinking, and I was not getting carded. I had a beard, and they're like, "Yeah, he looks 21. Fuck it, I'm not gonna card him."
Yeah. Also, the tall thing helps. People think that as soon as you're tall, you're an adult.
Yeah, and all my friends have been older than me, so they were all 21 and over, and I was the youngest in my crew. So we were there. We were at the Venetian. The Venetian. We were just high, drunk, and the homie was like, "I have mushrooms." So I'm like, "Yeah, fuck it, let's go." Like,
that's a good time.
Yeah, I was like, exactly. I was like, we're here, fuck it,
Yeah.
So
that's what I say every day.
So we take mushrooms, and then we're walking through the Venetian, and the trip starts kicking in. So, the Venetian has that sky blue ceiling, and we all started tripping out. We thought we were outdoors for a second.
I guess it's nice out here.
Yeah, it was like, oh, it's pretty nice. Yeah, I was like, it was just hot like 2 minutes ago, now it's nice and cold. And then we were walking past this restaurant, and it was like a wall type aquarium, and it just had all these fish in there. So my I was so far gone, and I don't remember any of it. But according to my friends, they were saying that I was just all over the glass, hugging it, going, "Fishies! Look at the fishies!" I was just like following the fishes around with my finger and stuff
Dope.
like that. And the next thing you know, we got kicked out.
I'd be like, "What? You don't like fishies?"
Yeah, so apparently, until this day, I mean, it's been a long time since I've been back to Vegas, but I guess I'm
Oh my
banned from
God.
the Venetian. I guess.
Have you ever seen? Was it Bad Boys 2?
Yeah.
He takes the MDMA and he's over at his boss's house and he's like, "I don't know about it's got some it's got some big ass eyes, but that's a nice fish. That's a nice fish. Big ass eyes, but that's a nice fish."
No, I was just amazed because I mean, you're on a trip. You're the fish.
The
It was
lights
very
in
colorful.
there.
Yeah, the lights
Yeah,
it was
man.
like
Oh,
colorful.
I'm
So
with you.
I was super tripped, man. It was a fun time, but yeah, I mean, it was just that's all I remember.
I like that because one of my first times with mushrooms was actually in Germany.
Uh-huh.
I had a buddy that went to Amsterdam on a 3-day, which I
Uh-huh.
ended up doing later. And he brought back a bunch of shrooms and stuff, and I had never done it.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, whatever. We were drinking,
Yeah.
and I ate it. I ate like maybe he gave me a gram or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I don't really remember it that much.
Yeah.
Like you said, but I do remember walking over this like little like bridge kind of a thing that was in Germany,
Mm-hmm.
and there was like lights, and they were just all just bleeding together. I'm like, this is cool. So now I have LED in my apartment for sure. Like,
Yeah.
I call it the spaceship because
Yeah.
I'm like, I
It
love
trips
this.
you out,
Yeah, I
right?
love
Yeah.
that shit. Love it.
Yeah. I mean, there's.
Have you ever had a bad experience? I call them challenging because
Yeah.
they're lessons.
I mean, not on mushrooms, but on DMT,
Oh.
I did.
Let's run that through real quick because I've had a couple times where there's 3 stages, right?
Uh-huh.
There's a first one, which I'm not quite sure what you call it, but then there's like a second one, everything kind of turns cartoony.
Yeah.
And then there's the third one where you astral project. I've only gotten to the second stage and scared the shit out of myself twice. And I'm like, and I don't know if it's me scared or if it's the entities on the other side. We're about to get real deep. Entities on the other side saying, you're not ready for this right now. So we're just going to send whatever we think is going to scare the shit out of you right now. Even we're going to tap into your subconscious and bah. And I'm just like,
my bad trip was my breakthrough.
Great. There's no such thing as a bad trip.
Yeah. So it was just a horrific experience because it was like the first time I tried DMT, and
how did that
nobody prepared me for how DMT was going to be. They just said it's an amazing high. It's like an acid trip meets a mushroom trip.
You fucking die.
Tell me about it, dude. So, of course, and this was like only in smoking form. So, we smoked a bowl of it. I took a little hit, and I was just.
Is it more like the weed type substance, or was it the concentrate?
It was concentrated. It was in little rocks. It looked like crack, honestly, but it wasn't.
Little yellow.
It was like slightly yellowish, kind of like
I don't know why we're educating y'all on that.
but my source was legit enough for me to trust him to tell me that, hey, this is crack, this is DMT.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a big difference. I've never smoked crack, but I've had a lot of the softer version.
Yeah.
Now I'll do some tooting, not anymore.
I mean,
if it's something, never mind. Yeah. But I'm just saying, but there's a difference. But yeah,
and just from experience, knowing what it looks like and stuff like that. So,
right.
Threw it in, the old glass pipe, just like
sparked
it up, and took one hit, and I was gone, and I was just sitting there, lost, and in my mind, it was pretty much an empty room, just me and a couple of homies. But in my mind, it was a party going on, and there was a rhino with pink polka dots.
Dope.
Talking to me.
Sick.
Told me get on him, start riding him. So went through our journey. Saw a whole bunch of things. Room turned cartoonish.
Yup.
Then that rhino started getting fast, and it was light speed, like a roller coaster. I was just like, shit, slow down, slow down. And then I go through my experience, and next thing you know, I'm getting thrown off the rhino, and I'm floating, and I'm just floating, nothingness.
Oh my god!
It just got worse, and I was
Yeah.
just like, like, am I gonna fall now? Like, am I like, what's gonna happen? Like, what am I doing? And like, according to my homies, I was just sleeping the whole time. But then I started falling, and there was nothing to catch on to.
Oh my
And it was really an out of body experience, because when I woke up, it woke me up as like my soul left my body and got slammed back into me, and I was awake. But
I think that's what happens.
yeah, but that fall was the scariest shit ever. And after that, there wasn't much anymore that would scare me. That there wasn't.
Were you scared in that realm?
Yeah, I was freaking
Really?
out. I didn't know what was going on. I'm riding a unicorn. A rhino.
Yeah.
So, like, and it's explaining things to me that I don't understand, that I can't even fathom to understand.
Yeah, and like I've been on trips where I gotten that deep, and then you come back and you try to explain it.
Yeah,
you can't.
I can't.
But think about this. I even seen a picture like this. Think about an alien that visits here, or some entity, and then tries to go back to wherever they're from and explain what we are.
Exactly.
How the hell what? None of this shit makes sense.
Exactly. No, yeah, it's hard to explain it. I can't really tell you.
But I've had those. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I can't explain what this rhino was telling me. But
it made sense at the time.
Yeah, and if I did, I would probably be in the loony bin right now.
Oh yeah, I talk to people all the time now, and I tell them some things that, because once you like wake up and you start seeing things for what they are, and you start talking to people, they're like, "Oh my god, I'm not talking to him. He's crazy or something." But I'm like, I'm dropping knowledge on you. You just don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
You want to NPC it, and that's fine. Yeah. I mean, when people want to do that, I'm like, okay, I won't tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I ask questions first before I start talking nowadays. Like,
I should probably do that.
Yeah, I don't just go talking about things, because then they look at me like I'm crazy, and so I'm like, all right, I don't want to be the crazy person, so I'll just vibe off.
But it just reminds me of like GTA or something. You go and say something like say you just said like some weird shit and or like punch somebody in GTA or something, and everyone's looking at you.
Yeah,
it's the same way here. I don't know. Like we're in a simulation.
Just being the big tall guy.
Yeah,
I've learned, and that's another reason why I've learned to be calm.
Ooh, we'll jump into the mental health is wealth with that. We'll take a quick break and then we'll go into that. How much time? Okay, cool. We'll be good. We don't have much to plug anyway.
No.
Do you?
Not really. I mean, not too much.
Yeah, we'll go.
Just can't talk about it too. Can't talk about that aspect. So
no. But, I just talk about. I just talk about what talk means just promo.
I mean, I got flower coming. I mean, not my flower, but like I have a grow partner. He does flower. I do the rosin, and I just finished this harvest of superfood, so that's gonna drop pretty soon.
Cool. Can you talk about it?
Yeah, I can talk about it. Yeah.
Cool. We'll talk. Are we back?
Yeah.
All right. So we are going to jump into the mental health is wealth real quick. We were kind of talking about it, but the mental aspect of dealing with all the DMT and then the real. I was talking to somebody lately real quick that she's like doing all these really great things, and hopefully get her on here in the future. But it's like to try to do these creative things. Like, I mean, you do an amazing job on your posts and everything, like super clean, really good editing. I mean, it's just awesome. Music is gone. And, but like over time, even just content creating puts a weight on us and stuff like that. But
It does.
make sure you guys reach out to somebody and talk when you need to. And if you don't have anybody, yes, you do. You have me. I won't judge you for anything. I'm the guy who tells you that he went and signed himself into the VA because I was having a mental breakdown, and I'd even tried fentanyl. I was that low in my life. So if anybody's not going to judge you, it's going to be me. So
I don't like to judge people.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're really. I mean, since talking to you, this is why we talk.
I don't like judging people. I don't look at somebody and judge them right off the bat. We're all books. You got to read the book to understand a person.
Yeah.
You know.
Don't read the first few pages or the last few pages.
Yeah, don't read the cover and just base it off of that. You know.
Yeah. So with yourself, how do you deal with like the day-to-day kind of, especially dealing with cannabis, because there's some really opinionated people around cannabis.
Yeah, it is hard, and I mean, everybody has their opinions and everybody's entitled to them. I'm not going to change your opinion on what you think. I'm going to try to educate you. I'm going to try to give you the benefits of it. I actually do dabble into edibles as far as making them and whatnot, and I actually like to see what your ailment is, like what's going on with you. Is your back hurting? Is it a mental breakdown issues? What is it? And I like to base strains off of that. I'll take what's going on with you and then kind of see what strains are out there, what's available to me. And I'll be like, hey, I think this will match with your ailment a little better. And
that's fire.
And I like to make, I've been doing this for years, but I make it's like a THC honey. I have connections in the state that with honey farmers, so I get real live actual honey from the farm. I take that and then I infuse it with rosin.
Nice. And you have me at rosin. Yeah. Well, you had me at local honey, but yeah,
it's two of the best things in the world. You got rosin and you got the local honey. And of course, it's decarbed within the process of making the honey, but it does a lot. Because honey has natural anti-inflammatories in it. So it's going to help with your swelling, your joint pains, any of that sort. You can mix this into tea or put it on bread or eat cornbread straight if you wanted to take like a teaspoon of it.
Put shrooms in there.
That's my next project.
So we'll talk because I've been doing some science allegedly. People, I mean, yeah. Beyond chocolate bars and shit. So.
Yeah, no, I got some things in the works. Infused mushrooms.
Got some science stuff. I created a shroom soda.
Nice.
So you have like I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. So in case anybody steals it, I got it online. And I had a little label that I made. I don't know where it's at, but. So a Cuba Libre?
Yep.
Which is Coca-Cola, lime juice, and rum.
Mm-hmm.
Take the rum out. Or we could figure anyway. Take the rum out, but you take you have the soda and then the lime and stuff like that, and in a way you put that together, and then I call it Cubensis Libre.
There you go.
See?
Nice.
Yeah. And it's a quicker onset, just like any other liquids or anything like that. But we have some more stuff like we can think about. But yeah, that I'm not talking about because it's even more science and it took me a long time. But yeah, and it's dope.
It's beyond healing humans. I was even healing pets. Like I had if you do the honey right, it takes off anything bad for pets or animals, so they can even have it. So, learning about this, I figured it out. I had a buddy's dog that had cancer. He was at the end stage, and his dog was in pain. So I was like, here, let me make this blend for you. Lower THC, so the dog's not just stoned out of his mind.
Right. Yeah.
So I took all that into consideration. He gave his dog, he put a little bit on a biscuit and gave it to his dog. and this dog was walking around like a puppy again. You know, like
Exactly. I've been there.
Yeah.
I had an ex that had a dog who was like stage 4. It was he wasn't walking, he wasn't eating, any of that stuff. I immediately, like, at the time, that's all the best that I had. I immediately Ryan talking, take 2. Ran to the dispo and grabbed RSO, and shout out to True Med, because there's the ones that I always got, and always, because at least it had a strain on it and stuff like that. So I know I wasn't going to give him like Blue Dream and give him some sort of sativa, and he'd be like, you know,
all over the place.
Yeah.
Fine.
So, I mean, I got the Granddaddy perp.
Yeah.
And I gave it to him, and yeah, he was stoned. Yeah. But like immediately after giving him that, he was running around again. He was playing again. He was having a good time. And I got him 6 more months when he had like a couple weeks.
Nice.
So shout out to you.
Yeah, same thing. Like this dog got a month of end life at least being happy.
Yeah.
Die in pain. You know, didn't have to give the dog pills and stuff like that.
Which probably don't do shit anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna zonk him out and make him lay there. At least
because you can't talk to a dog. Like, how is this helping you?
Yeah.
How the fuck do I know?
Well, at least weed, you know.
Yeah,
they're happy.
Yeah.
They show it.
Yeah,
but yeah,
the funniest though was when he would go and pee.
Oh god,
he was just so high. He just like, instead of like, he just like lean forward and be like, just be like looking at you. You know, he's just fucking roasted. Yeah. He was like, like, got you, bro.
My dog at home right now, he's an anti-stoner. He doesn't like weed. He doesn't even.
My cat don't like it. Yeah.
No, my cat loves it. Like if I'm dabbing, she's nearby trying to get in the smoke or whatnot. But like my dog, he hates it. He every time, you know,
he'll like a sound just like mine. It's just like
he'll like smell it and he'll have that. Like, he'll walk away. I was making a blend for another person's dog, so I was testing it on my dog, and I gave him some of that honey, and he wasn't happy. He just had the worst first trip ever. Poor dog, just, you know, he couldn't walk, or he was just laying there. I felt so bad for him, but I was like, yeah, that's how we found out that my dog doesn't like, you know, weed. So I'm like, I call him my anti-drug dog.
That's
so funny. I know who has weed when anybody's nearby, because he'll let me know.
My cat, as soon as she like smells it, or she hears a lighter when I get the bong going, and she's immediately out. But the other day, yesterday, I had these going, and I was trying to play like Call of Duty or something with somebody, or I was or working or something. She kept messing, like trying to get on my lap, and I love her, and I should probably do it more, but like I'm like, I'm busy right now. So I hit the thing and then I blew it at her, and she immediately took off. But then she comes back and is laying on the couch, and I have this pipe, and she's just sitting there going, like,
messing with it.
I'm like, all right, you're not, you know, you need to chill out, cat.
Yeah, no, so it works. My cat's a stoner cat.
Maybe don't do it to your cats. Don't come at me.
Yeah, like I wouldn't purposely like try to give my cat high or my dog high. Well, I kind of did with him being a test subject, but it was a low dose. I just, you know, we got him as a rescue, so we don't know much about his past, but we figured, you know, he has some scars on his face, so he's been through some stuff, things like that. So, you know, it was a low dose, but it got him really, you know, off.
Adopt an animal. Quit not the puppy mills thing.
Right.
I see that everywhere. It drives me crazy.
We adopt. And then my cat we got from a homie here in Phoenix, actually.
Yeah.
His cat had, you know, kittens. So
same.
Yeah,
that's how I got mine.
Picked her up. So she's been with us ever since she's been a month. So, but I just didn't know she was a stoner cat. So this like a couple of weeks ago, I was sitting in my patio and I rolled up like I don't smoke too much flower. I dab more. So
Dabbin Ricky.
Exactly.
I mean,
so the very few times I do smoke, so I rolled up a little J and I was sitting in my patio, and it was some blueberry from Humboldt.
Bro, DJ Short Blueberry is blueberry is my number one for my body and for my mental health. Like no one has it out here.
Oh, I got you.
Okay, thank you.
I got you then. Don't worry.
I love saying that. Yeah. I love see. This is how you get. This is how you get weed people. You go. ain't nobody have it. And you're like, oh, motherfucker.
No, my partner, my girl partner, lives smack in Terps.
Oh, that's who
Yeah.
that's who that was. I was like, I don't know you.
Oh yeah.
I don't know you. That's
you
my
might
purse.
Be friends with him now.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
He's
Sorry, I did that.
he's
Bobby
growing
Hill.
out some blueberry right now, some real deal blueberry.
You guys can't have any.
But
it all like what I used to. My mom used to mess around and actually make something good. I love you, Mom. I'm a chef, but I'd be like, oh, this is all gone bad.
Yeah,
don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. But it's gone bad. You shouldn't eat it.
We're fucking around with terps. That's all we care about. You know, we don't care about anything. We don't care about the gassiness. We don't care about getting high off your ass. It's all about the terps. For us, it's all about the terps.
Bro, I'm so tired of. Sorry.
You're good, dude.
No, like I know what works for me and what I love the best and stuff like that, and I listen to my body a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And fruit terps and stuff like that, and different terps are what really get it going.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of gas that I will enjoy here and there, but it is not my favorite. I like enjoying the entire experience of smoking. And I want to explain real quick because there's other people that explain gas, and I mean, I appreciate their explanation, but I'm going to explain gas right now. So gas means to me something with a very loud, very pronounced smell that's they say kind of like gasoline, but it's a sour, acrid smell.
Mm-hmm.
And then also it is also intertwined, since it's gasoline, with being powerful and fire and so on and so forth. But it's the pinene, it's the like the pinene mixed with like myrcene and all
the myrcene is a lot of the myrcene.
Yeah, the pinene and the myrcene and stuff like that, and that's really kind of how that kind of goes.
Yeah.
And those are great, but I want something also on top of that. I want you to pour, but sometimes I just want blueberry, or blueberry with the gas or something, like mix it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like the homie, he's growing out blueberry, and his first run, we were like, let's try it in rosin. I've never seen blueberry rosin.
I've never.
Yeah. Like honestly, like I've seen blueberry in BHO, but not in rosin. So
now I've seen somebody's versions of blueberry or something. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that was, but that was not.
So we ran some for rosin, and we're just, let's try it. The smell was amazing, just blueberries. Like you would cry smelling the blueberries. That's how good it was. But his blueberry cut, because he grew it from seed, was gas.
Okay.
So you could not dab it without choking. You're just coughing and coughing.
Yeah.
But it was good. And that's, so there's good gas, there's bad gas. It just really depends on how you take it and how you can handle it. There's a lot of things that associate with gas. And there's a lot of things that there's a lot of strains that don't have that gas, and that's what I'm searching for.
Right.
I'm searching for fruity terps without like that powerful gas behind it, and you're not just coughing a lung up because of all the
yeah. Because I mean, and we're going to jump into the last segment, but it's just so much nowadays, especially since it's gone like with the dispensaries and the grows and everything. They grow for yield, so they're crossing a lot of shit with stuff that they just think is going to, number one, give them more weight, and then also what they think that people want. And it's not always the way to go, but I mean, that's like trying to figure out the market and anything is like trying to nail down water. So shout out to the people that constantly are trying regardless.
Yeah. And then you got the grows basically pushing for colors too.
That too, because the customer is.
Yeah, the customer wants colors, which then becomes gassy, because to a point when you overstretch a grow, stress it, you lose your fruit terpenes and your flavors, and then you're just left with gas. And a lot of people don't enjoy that.
Yeah, and that's why California groups are coming out here. Not saying that I know anybody, but there's California groups coming out here asking for weed that doesn't really smell like much or taste like much, but then they're going to take their food grade terps and spray it down.
Yep.
Then you're going to buy it.
Mylar boys.
Yep. Oh, I already think I know. Anyway, Who knows? All right, so we'll just jump into the last one real quick, which is plug talk, and let's go. Dr. Doom. All right. I'm an old Marvel fan. All right. So plug talk is just promo what we have going on. You said something about rosin or something, or
Yeah, I got my latest harvest that I just pulled. If you follow me, then you've probably seen the stories and whatnot. But I have some.
If you don't, well, you're crazy.
Right?
What are you doing?
But super boof. I've tried everybody's super boof in the state, and I've just been disappointed.
Oh, because I've had some. I think it was Summus. There's a brand.
Yeah, Summus. I've heard of it.
I had some of theirs.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I mean, but I'm always here to hear about better.
Yeah, I mean, the super boost. I'm to be honest, I'm not even a huge super boost fan. I'm just not a huge like that Tropicana cookies and that over citrusiness in that strain is not. I'm not a big fan of
Trop
it.
Cookies is number 2 for me. Blueberry 1, Trop 2, and my boys will. I even have boys that crush my dreams and shit all over my favorite strains all day. I love at Alien Labs and stuff. I love Atomic Apple.
Oh yeah,
but some of them don't like it because it's not that heavy. Like it's a nice cookies feel. I like it.
I mean, it's just every super boof I've tried just hasn't been there for me.
Fair enough.
It's been over gassy for me once again.
Okay.
So it's not enjoyable for me.
Okay.
So started hunting, and the super boof I'm dropping, fingers crossed, is supposed to taste like High C fruit punch or High C orange. I'm sorry.
Like
it smells like it because it has a sweetness,
almost
to
like
it.
that High C from the Ghostbusters, the ectoplasm.
Yeah, or like if you're McDonald's, the High C, the
High
C orange, the lava burst.
Yeah, I love that. I never buy it, but I love it.
That's what it smells like, and that's what I'm getting off of it. Like it's just sweet. So,
bro, you're speaking my love language, dog.
That's all I care. That's what I'm about. Like that's all I want is terps.
Yeah,
so I'm listening to the plant more than I'm listening
to that candy.
Exactly. I don't care
Shout out
about
E40.
I don't care about yields. Yields will come with it if you know what you're doing. I've been growing for 20 plus years. Started in California. I learned from
Do you think you can make any strain yield, or do you have to pick certain strains, like some hash makers say?
It depends, but then nowadays there's so many new things with growing that what you feed it is ultimately what's going to happen to it too.
Nice.
I come from organics. I'm talking about,
living soil.
Living soil, fermenting apples and bananas and fruits and feeding that to my plants, and and going.
Yeah, if you want to, I'll teach you how to make a real quick tomato thing for outside. You get an old bucket, you drill a couple holes in it, you put them down in the dirt and everything on the outside, and then up above you take I just saw this. You put a Coca-Cola bottle in there. And then you throw like your bananas and apples in there, and it feeds that soil, and then eventually
it just basically ferments in the bucket, and then feeds it as it degrades.
And it pulls the nutrients.
But what I do is just take mason jars and ferment, jars of fruits, and took molasses and got crazy with it.
Dope. Yeah.
And you can't kill a plant by feeding it organic living material. Like if you overfeed it, bottle fed nutrients, then, it's going to die because
it's going to freak out.
It's going to freak out, but
it's like giving it a bunch of fucking pills.
Yeah. You're going to OD it. It's going to stress out, but organic like ferments and feeds like that,
I've never overdeed. I've never overdeed on bananas.
Yeah.
Pause. I don't know. I don't care.
My parents were tea drinkers. They didn't drink coffee. So, like Indian tea, loose leaf tea, and I would take the tea, and I would go dump it into my soil. My mom would go in the backyard and dump it into the soil whenever she would make tea and things like that, because it got to a point where like
I grew up. Why wouldn't we do that? I don't know.
Like my mom was okay with it. My dad wasn't as much, and things like that. But it got to a point where I was back home, after being homeless for a few years.
Yeah.
I was back home, and I was growing in my backyard, and I was,
Nice.
like I said, I would go throw, the tea compost, and I would make compost, and then, with everything changing and evolving, and when I moved to Arizona like 12 years ago, about. And I was never in a place where I can grow or do anything. So first, like 10 years of living in Arizona, I just had my med card, and I was going to the dispo and things like that because I couldn't find a proper plug, and especially up there. Or
it's hard to find. Like, I'm glad that you're growing this stuff, because it's really hard to find exactly what you need, like, nowadays. Because I'm telling you right now, I go to dispos and I can't. For the most part, there's some great products. Don't get me wrong. But there's nothing, like, I can't be like, I want DJ Short Blueberry. It's not there.
Well, they're just going to go off of what's popular, what's on demand, things like that. Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
So do you have anything? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Do you have anything else coming? Also, if you aren't following him, it's at Dabbin Ricky, RICKY, Dabbin Ricky, at Dabbin Ricky. Figure it out. Like, it's on Instagram. Like, yeah. But yeah.
Started pheno hunting for 2024. So everything that I'm putting out right now, besides the super booth, it was all breeder clones that I was blessed with.
Nice.
So we're just going through those right now, and growing out those clones. So that's the next run is going to be just like cross mixes, like our versions of permanent marker times Zope and pineapple fuzz, which you're going to probably love.
Yeah, no, you had me in pineapple. I'm pretty sure I've already seen what fuzz somewhere, but
and then there. I just kind of, when I was able to start growing again.
If you ever find a true, not Fruity Pebbles OG, but Fruity Pebbles,
like a Fruity Pebbles strain,
absolutely, just Fruity Pebbles, because Fruity Pebbles OG, too much gas.
Yeah,
you take away from what it was. It's Fruity Pebbles, real quick, is real simple. It's berry, it's citrus, it's lavender, it's vanilla. Those are the four.
There's ways around it.
Yeah.
Even if you have to mix two strains together
to create it.
Yeah, I mean, to create it, it's possible.
So
it's not the hardest. It's not
awesome. And I'm gonna have you back on when you have more of that going on and stuff like that. Me and the homies eventually are gonna try to grow out the shout out Sin City Seeds. I named, they had a competition a while ago and named a strain the Nuclear Power. So we're gonna try to grow that out.
I got a pack of that.
Hey, woo!
I'm a huge fan of Sin City.
That's a Valley win.
Their blue was just the best thing ever.
I got a bonus pack.
Nice.
Atlantis, because all men are looking for one thing, and it's Atlantis.
Yep.
So it's forbidden fruit times their blue power. So
yeah, I've heard about that
one. If we don't get it going, maybe I might slide it to you. I don't know.
It would be an honor.
I think maybe that's the better idea. We'll figure that out. So tell me what point was really. So other than that, let me see what we have going on. Promo. I think maybe Cameron will be back. Cameron's Culinary Big Worm 4444. There's four fours. I don't know how to say it sometimes. And then next guest coming up, we do have the Josh from MVGA podcast, which was Make Veterans Great Again. I was just on that. If you go watch it, first 40 seconds, the mic was off, so just skip 40 seconds if you can, or like break some weed down. Also, if you can, I want to tell people, please stop breaking down weed with your fingers. All the oils and shit that you got all over your fingers is destroying your experience with that weed.
Oh yeah.
So like when you already break it down with your fingers and do it, and excuse me, I don't care. You finger fuck it. You're never going to get the full expression of that. So if you're like finger fucking it and then reviewing it, like, I don't know what the fuck, like that's kind of sad. Maybe don't do that. I have a flour mill. Shout out at Flour Mill USA. But, Yeah. Anything else you want to tell the folks?
Nah.
All right. Well, we'll
anything else.
definitely have Deb and Ricky back. Thank you
Definitely.
all for checking us out. We'll have clips here in the near future. Me and Cam are going back at the clip generating as of this week. We are a little backed up, but we're going to get to it. Anyways, make sure you tap in, smoke up, trip out. Love you all. Deuces.
Definitely. Peace.